can thrive here as a swan. はい、everyone
すごい。
はい。何？
キモいかな。
キモい？そんなこと言わないでよ。それでは皆さんこんにちは。同時通訳者の小熊優と
デビットです。
はい。アメリカ移住3ヶ月最悪最高夫婦でリアルな感想を本音トークっていうことで、これはね正直もう私にとってみればスーパーグレート。ね。3ヶ月はもうひたすら楽しい。
But I think we both had the worst experience, right?
Oh, you mean that the
fire.
The fire.
Right? That's probably the worst experience. Right?
Yeah, we already covered that in the other video. I think we can skip that.
That's right. I remember we had a lengthy discussion about that. And that's right.
Yeah. So you know, for anyone, for those who are interested in the wildfire experience of ours, please, visit that video. And then here, let's just talk about what was, great, and then what was the worst.
Excluding the
fire. Excluding that wildfire experiences.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't really have any bad experiences here.
Except that you missed Japan so much.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I don't.
Right?
That was a huge surprise to me.
Well, you didn't realize it until now.
Yeah, until, the other video that we filmed that I don't miss anything about Japan. Except that, of course, every 3 months, I'm actually going back to Japan.
Right.
And that's great. But, I was doing everything online to begin with. So therefore, here, I'm doing everything online, just like I was in Japan. And outside of the house, I get to live in the States. And see what's like, here. And the hot yoga studio that I go to, everybody knows me, and everybody gives me, a shower of compliments. You look amazing. You are so strong. Or you are I can't believe you are 54 years old. You look like 28 years old. You should become a teacher. Those comments. I never was exposed to in Japan. In Japan, they was who are you? Why are you so good? But you are not, doing this perfectly. So many envious, nitty-gritty comments, details, overcritical,
Had nothing
comments.
To do with whether or not you were happy or not.
Yeah.
Or having a good time.
Yeah.
It was all about whether or not you're doing it
exactly as I was told.
Here it's always about whether or not, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Right? It's all about you, right?
So because of that, I remember, taking a dance class in Japan, and I was almost threatened by the teacher saying, "Oh, your stretching is so good. You must be such a great dancer." Or you hiding that you're a professional dancer and are you faking to be a student? When I was asked that, I was paralyzed.
Right.
I'm here to learn,
Right.
not to threaten you or anything. Right? But in the US, you should become an instructor, that kind of encouraging environment. So I understand that here, so many talented people thrive, right? I think in Japan, it's the other way around.
Right.
Talented people are nailed down, hammered down. So that's why, for me, a black sheep in my home country can thrive here as a swan.
Swan. Is that a swan?
Yeah. To me. But that's how I feel. I really love, that part of the US. Of course, I have trouble finding clean saunas and, spas, but
the bad stuff doesn't outweigh all the good stuff.
Exactly.
Right. Or the good stuff much outweighs the bad stuff.
Yeah, especially for me right now, because you play that role for me, right? I think you were the very first, man on this planet Earth who really were not threatened at all to be dwarfed by me, my presence. because you are so confident in yourself, right? You had zero doubt, like how successful I am. You were like, yeah, it's great, and you're my girlfriend. That makes it even better. But other men took it the wrong way, right?
Right.
So that's why.
Because they're insecure.
Exactly. So that's what I'm experiencing right now in the other areas than the love department. So I want to test my limits
Everywhere
right now. Maybe I should start teaching yoga or exercise. Like, of course, besides my main business, but I feel like my third door is like bam, open for me.
I think so.
So that's what I am discovering in the past 3 months. And then also my worst habit is snacking, right? Too much while writing, while having meetings, any kind of work that's engaging my brain motivates me to eat snack munchies, right? But here, there's so many healthy substitutes, alternatives.
Right.
Air-fried potato chips taste like a really deep fried potato chips. And burgers are also tasting like the veggie burgers are tasting like a real burger. Yeah, and so many sugar alternatives too. It's just too appealing for me. So I don't feel any bloated, and then I hope the yoga, shrink me down to my ideal size. So I love living here, except for the internet. That's one issue I wish we could solve readily. But
That's going to be difficult.
yeah, so I think in Japan, the steady internet is like, yeah, of course, it should be provided. You take it for granted. But in the US, it's not like that because the whole Japanese archipelago can't fit inside the land of the California, right? So it's just a vast country. So you can't really cover the whole internet according to the more diversified population, right? Therefore, naturally, internet stability will go lower, especially when we go up to a hill like this area.
So that's the bad things, right?
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, for me. What about you?
The bad things, I think, is just the amount of food that's available. And the unhealthiness of the food requires a lot more restraint by me.
Discipline on your part.
On my part. So, and
I can't help but laugh because he's going nuts eating fried chicken, pizzas, burgers, In-N-Out,
fish tacos,
deep fried fish tacos.
So that's the biggest thing. And then also just the no saunas. So
We have to drive but
it's not that far. It's not 20 minutes.
True. 20 minutes,
It's actually
right?
closer than going to
Niwanoyu back.
to
Yeah.
Shinayan. So I shouldn't complain about that. So.
And I take you there quite often.
But the only complaint is we can't take a sauna together.
Yeah. The the co-ed saunas just was set so low in terms of the temperature. So it was like, warm room.
Exactly, right?
We couldn't even sweat at all.
The only good thing is that we could take our cell phones in there. Right?
I think so. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think we just continue to learn. I think we'll bring them up on future.
But I think the other thing is that you had the difficulty is like renting a car, right? Right, because system is built so that the nothing is as easy as Japan. Right? Because you start from almost like questioning your credentials. Whereas in Japan, clients are number one. Clients are the gods, right? So they don't question your credentials, right? And they just give it to you. But there's so many frauds and so many like bad cases
Here.
for business size too. So therefore they have to be cautious. So you have to present this document. You have to prove that you will be flying back to Japan on this certain day, and that's then we can get you a car like that,
a long-term
right?
car.
Yeah, a long-term car rental. Why do we need to present an airline ticket?
Right. But I understand that they're wanting to confirm that their car isn't going to get taken.
Right, which happens in this country, I guess.
Because we really only paid for 1 month for a 3-month car, right? So they still haven't gotten all of our money for the car.
So far, I'm the one who is really thoroughly enjoying my new life in the US, whereas you are sort of, adjusting yourself to this renewed environment, I guess. But I think from now on, we will take trips more. So we will be on the road more often than not. So therefore, I think that will give you more variety of a lifestyle. And I'm hoping that definitely you are contributing more to this relationship, in so many ways. So I feel like, really, I mean, physically, spiritually, mentally, and then also he's helping me with my English too. So I use English, more, and which is great. And I'm, boosting my confidence in English, and I wanna achieve more too. But all in all, it's been amazing, and that's only was possible thanks to you, your support. So thank you.
Thank you for thanking me. I love you.
I do too. I love myself, and I love you too. はい、ということでいかがだったでしょうか。本音トークをさせていただきました。私にとってはもう最高ですけれども、その分デイビッドがものすごい私に合わせてくれているので、さらにここで2人の愛を高め合って深み合っているので、この後またアメリカツアー、それからワールドツアーと出ていきますんでね、きっと2人にとって最高のトリップ、最高のデスティネーションっていうのが見つかるんじゃないかなと思っています。来月は私がずっと夢に思っていたビーチハウスで旅行するというのが決まってますので、またこちらの動画でも皆さんにそれをシェアさせていただき、皆さんの夢もですね、この動画を見ながら拠点生活も楽しそうとかね、いろいろあるんじゃないかなというふうに思いますので、今回ねデイビッドのご両親のお家に宿泊させていただいてるんですけれども、でもそれがなくても今 Airbnb とかレンタルバケーションとかいろいろあるので、皆さんもね本当に3ヶ月のビザでもいくらでも拠点生活ができるっていうのも現実かなというふうに思いますので、ぜひ皆さんも見ていいなって思ったらぜひぜひ実行に移してみてください。それでは Thank you for watching。 ぜひチャンネル登録と、LIKE ボタンを押していただけたら嬉しいです。ではまたね。
Bye bye.
Love you。